Yeah, worst show or movie.
Worst movie for me is I Care a Lot.
Wait, let's change that.
The
Put
timer,
it back
yeah.
to 10. Worst show or movie.
Worst movie, I Care a Lot. It's fucking terrible. It's very well executed garbage.
Wait, what's it called?
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot.
It has Peter Dinklage. I forget the actress's name, who's the main actress, but it might be somebody that was also in Game of Thrones, if I recall.
Is it Cersei?
Nah. Oh, shit. Is it?
I know she's in some new shit, but I don't know what it's called.
Fuck. But you know what? If it's not, like, I totally could be mixing her up, but it's somebody that looks very similar if it's not her. It could be. But yeah, like, so that movie, man, like, honestly, I would say just see the spoilers, just find out what happens, save yourself 2.5 hours or whatever the fuck. That shit was disappointing. It was annoying, and it wasn't like, oh, this is good because what's happening is so heart-wrenching and bad. It's like, yeah, what's happening is heart-wrenching and bad, and the resolution of this shit was so fucking garbage, and it was such a waste of my time. And yeah, fuck you, whoever made that. Let's fight.
I would say Mortal Kombat with a bullet.
Ooh.
And being that it was the first 5 minutes had me, and then the rest of it was not only was it boring, it was really hard to sleep through.
Why did it have you?
Mortal Kombat made a movie?
Yeah, there was a Mortal Kombat.
Man.
Well, the first scene with that one dude from
With no tournament and no Johnny Cage. I just cannot stress this enough. Why do you have a Mortal Kombat movie with no fucking tournament? Anyway, go ahead.
People getting angry about this.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Yeah.
My favorite was Dune. I really love that shit.
Yeah, Dennis Villeneuve, dude.
Watched that twice.
Killed it.
Great. I'm really excited about the next part.
Hell yeah. Do they have a release time frame?
I'm not.
Is it this year or 2022?
Probably in a couple years, I bet.
A couple of years. I feel like they probably did them at the same time, and it's probably coming out next year or 2022. Dune 2, Double Dunes, Duned.
Yeah. Dune's definitely up there.
October 20th, 2023.
2023. All right, so they got 2 years to marinate on that shit.
Yeah, Dune's up there. It's definitely going to be some people's favorite. I think for me right now, The Matrix hasn't come out yet. It hasn't come out yet as of the recording of this.
For Christmas. Christmas Matrix.
And I think it's either going to be amazing or disappointing because you can't have any in between for the Matrix.
That's true.
So we'll see.
There will be no lukewarm reactions.
Right. So far, I gotta say Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home is so fucking good. Avoid all spoilers at all costs if you haven't seen it as of the time of hearing this. And yeah, it's the best live action Marvel movie that they've made thus far.
The best Marvel movie? Like really?
It is the best.
Is
Marvel
it better
movie.
than Winter Soldier?
It's better than Winter Soldier, and it's better than Doctor Strange. I would give Doctor Strange and Winter Soldier probably number 2 and 3, and I would say that the new Spider-Man is the best. Yeah,
even better than like what were those Avengers things that came to a culmination?
Endgame.
Nah, it was better than Infinity War is pretty good, but I didn't like that better than Doctor Strange. Just as a movie, it's like the scale of what's happening is massive. So if I haven't seen
Spider-Man and I think that Winter Soldier is the best one, you're saying Spider-Man's better than the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, but definitely watch the other Spider-Man movies. Just at least watch some of them.
Who do you think I am? I've seen all them shits. So, I think Andrew Garfield is like Val Kilmer. He was a great Spider-Man in a bad movie twice.
Yeah.
So Val Kilmer was in there once, but he's a great Batman. Bad Batman movie.
Right, yeah, and there's better, worse actors, shit like that. I mean, even beside who plays Spider-Man, this movie is objectively a really, really, really good superhero movie. It's a really, really good movie objectively. I think it's the only movie all year that I think I had moments watching it where I felt like a kid again very briefly, which I can't say for anything else for this year. So for that reason, I'm gonna say it's the best movie this year.
Best. All right. What you got, Jake? Best.
My best was gonna be Dune with Dennis Villeneuve. I think that was like, you know, one of those movies that you see in theaters, and it's like, I think, a cultural moment where you're like, holy fuck, like that was, and that, like, a sick experience.
You think this is like some generational shit?
Yeah, man. I feel like it was like when people saw Star Wars for the first time, like in the 70s or something.
I'm
like,
so jealous that I did not watch this in theaters. Me and my wife were watching this on TV, and like I got a bigger TV, right? I have a bigger TV, and like when, you know, the kid was asleep, so we were like watching it in the dark, and I was like, man, the whole time I'm watching this shit, I'm just like, I wish I'd seen this in a theater.
Yeah, I feel like the voice particularly, like that was really good in theaters because like you felt it, like it was really well done.
I haven't seen a movie in theaters in 2 years. I don't think.
Really?
What was the last movie you
I
saw?
don't fucking remember.
Yeah.
I have to
And
think
you,
about it. What
did you see it in that like crazy? In that,
Yeah, I saw Dune with D-Box.
Yeah, that
So
sounded
it was
sick.
like it was one of the only applications I can imagine where it's like having rumble seats really made sense because there's shit
'cause
like
there's so
the
much,
ground
like-
is vibrating and shit. So like,
Yeah,
I don't know how I
sounded
feel
so
about
good.
rumble
most
seats.
sub frequencies you don't really hear, you just kind of feel. So it makes sense that they would.
Yeah,
That'd be
like
that's
the
a
whole
amazing.
part of
bonus. You
the-
might come
yeah.
from the rumble seats. I'm not saying that happened to me.
I need a I need a study.
What the fuck am I here? I better damn come.
Yeah, it's like $15. I hired a babysitter.
Got a babysitter and everything. I'm trying to fucking come real quick.
I
Can I
spent
come?
fucking $8
If
on
I
a
can
beer.
come
It's
during
like
the movies,
airport.
then I'm just saving time.
Okay,
I
Pee
feel
Wee
like I'm
Herman.
consolidating things that I'm
Yeah.
trying to get done in that
Okay, Pee Wee
evening.
Herman.
I have a
Damn,
babysitter.
this guy's
I'm
pants
trying
are
to
really
like,
form fitting after
I'm
that
just
movie.
I'm
kidding.
trying to eat, come in theaters.
If you could do it
all of those at the same time.
sanitarily, like there's a
Bro, if the seats vibrate, I can no hands it. I could do it with
just
no
wear
hands.
a third sock to the theater.
all right,
Yeah, they have people who come through
Flag
and
this shit.
wipe down the.
it's okay.
But also,
Alright.
my second best movie was Judas and the Black Messiah, dude.
But that
Great
was from,
movie.
but that was
that was
from
from 2021.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Great
I
movie.
would have had
It
that
was
within it.
directors like
COVID
Shaka
has
King,
shit
I
going
think.
together,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, that was
Dude,
a great
fucking
movie.
sick movie. And
I
I
watched-
saw it right after I saw The Trial of Chicago 7, so it was like a really good.
Yeah,
That
actually,
period of time was fucking crazy, man.
better for sure.
I'm gonna say my
would say
best, or I already said like Arcane, but I really enjoyed the show called The Shrink Next Door with Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell. It is on Apple TV. It is so good that it will make you actually hate Paul Rudd. I've never hated Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's like seems like one of the most likable people that could ever exist. He seems like the opposite of toxic positivity. He just seems like a delight. And this show will make you hate him. It'll just be like, God damn you, Paul Rudd. I'll stab you. I wish you were dead, Paul Rudd. I hate you so much, Paul Rudd.
No Spacey, my Rudd.
No. Well, he's a good actor, and he did a great job in this, and this is a really cool show.
I
It's
see.
not funny, and it has Will Ferrell and Paul Rudd in it. It's not funny. It's just really good. Catherine Hahn is also in it. Again, I stress to you, it's not a funny show. And these are all people that are funny in everything that they're in. Not this. This show's not funny, but it's really good. The Shrink Next Door. I'd
like
recommend watching it.
drama?
That's a good tagline.
It is a drama.
Drama.
I want to say it's like 10 episodes maybe, and then it just ends. Another great one, South Park, who I had been wanting back throughout this entire process of madness that is quarantine and COVID and the world falling into the shitter. South Park came back and said, we are the hero that you need and not the one that you deserve. And they put out this 2-part special called Post-COVID and like the return of COVID. And it is amazing. It is so damn good. I cannot recommend it enough. It's on Paramount Plus. It is amazing. They've outdone themselves, and yeah, people need to watch that shit. And if people would heed that shit, the world would be a greater place. South Park, go figure. In addition to that, I would say I really, really dug the Beatles documentary, Get Back.
Oh, you watched the whole thing?
Yeah, dude.
I'm like halfway through.
That shit made me realize John Lennon is a douchebag. Paul McCartney tried so hard to keep everything together.
Man, George Harrison fucking got none of the
Paul
credit
McCartney
he deserved,
might
man.
be performatively nice. He might be toxic positivity. Paul
Yeah.
McCartney might be toxic positivity. George Harrison, they were like so like rude and dismissive toward him all of the time.
So I gotta get some songs, guys, and they just like didn't even listen.
Yeah, they were just so dismissive of him and
It was like
rude.
Ringo on Family Guy. He was like, I wrote a song. He's like,
He's like, oh, we'll put that on the fridge.
right on the refrigerator.
No, but they did that shit to George Harrison.
Yeah, he's
And,
like,
like-
man, I just got some songs you want to listen to, and he's like, oh, yeah.
He was like, "I'll do whatever you want me to do. Like whatever will make you happy, I'll do it." You know, we could. He was like so like,
yeah, I didn't know he quit the band during that
dude,
whole thing. too, for a
motherfucking
bit.
Clapton stole his wife.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clapton,
Dude,
clapped
Layla was
his
written
wife.
about George Harrison's wife. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Newsflash.
And they were
Clapton.
still fucking with Clapton and bringing him up all the time. They're like, man, maybe we should get Clapton for this shit. And like, look, bro, I'm right here.
Oh yeah, we need to
fucking
get
fuck?
Clapton on the scene. He out here fucking people's women.
Yeah, dude, John Lennon said that. Like when George
Specifically
quit, he's like, "Oh, we'll
his.
just get
He's the
Clapton."
guitarist. George Harrison's the guitarist, right? I'm wrong, yeah.
Yeah,
George Harrison, he's
Dude, honestly,
he's
the best-
guitarist, and they were like, Eric Clapton. We need to get Eric Clapton so we can get a better guitarist. And
I think
they'd
after
shit
they
on him
broke
in
up,
front
like
of
George
him.
Harrison put out like the best single albums, like Something and like My Sweet Lord. Like those are some of the best singles that like. And he did it post Beatles. He just had all that shit together. And he was also
they dogged him out constantly,
yeah.
constantly shitted on him. But this documentary is so good. I can't recommend it enough. You don't walk away from it feeling good. Nothing about
It
it
just shows you
feels
about the
good.
creative process and
Yeah,
a weird
man.
and a strange slice in a band like
Of history,
Yeah.
of music history. You're lying to yourself if you said the Beatles are not important / imperative to the history of music. Like, that's a time capsule band. You have to put the Beatles in there. And that's a time capsule. And this kind of shows the dynamic at the end where you realize, oh, Paul McCartney's the diplomat. He's the reason y'all stayed together because clearly y'all don't always get along. John Lennon is a dickhead, even though he's like an artistic genius. He's just a complete childish douchebaggery fucking jerk. Like, if he was hanging around you, you'd hate him. He seems hateable. He's got a very punchable face. Everything about him is just kind of shitty, except for like, you know, his artistic ability. He's like a codependent dickhead.
And Ringo's just kicking it in the background.
Ringo's
the whole
chilling,
time.
bro. George Harrison is like the target of abuse. They just abuse him.
Crazy thing about them, Jake, can you pull up the time period that the Beatles were active?
Yeah.
It was so fucking short.
It's like
it was like 61
most of the
to,
60s, early 70s, and then
61
the
to
70s,
70.
not really.
It's like 0.6 the amount of time, about 0.4 the amount of
10
time we've had.
That's 10 years.
Yeah, 1960 to 1970.
So,
but
like,
I think they were the
It's
quarrymen
like that's like
before that
0.3 the
for a
amount of
bit.
time we've had Metallica.
Well, no, like the beginning of the 60s, they were in like Europe. They're in like
For like 2 years.
Germany and shit like that. So it's like 60, 61, 61, 62.
They released their first record in 63.
63. So like the first Beatles album comes out in 63. Beatlemania is like 64.
Think about how
So-
long we've had Beyonce, Snoop Dogg,
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z, even Kanye West, Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
You know, there's like so many. Like,
Kid
look
Rock.
at the
I'm
right.
sorry.
Look at
Ain't
the
nobody.
Foo Fighters.
Ain't nobody.
Look at the Foo Fighters. Look at
Like, yeah, you got like.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I know. I
How
was
long
trying
their
not to
career
name them the
was.
whole
Like
time.
Tool. Like all these artists, and it's like the Beatles have this legendary status.
It's really 5 years, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like it was literally this like brief,
And then they
relatively
stopped
brief
touring
period
and
of
they
time.
only
Yeah.
would put out music and movies. and a lot of them didn't like the movies. That's what you find out in like the
They
the
roasted him.
They didn't like. Well, John Lennon did. Those are like McCartney ideas because McCartney's the diplomat, and McCartney wants to reach out to other people and appeal to people, and he's like the real pop sensibilities of the band. Meanwhile, John Lennon is like, this sellout shit. I don't like this shit. I'm only being famous. I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck inside. Don't talk to me unless you're talking to my wife too. Blah blah blah. He's just an insufferable dick. But you know, he made Imagine and a bunch of other like perfect things. Like you just really get a glimpse at some of the most important art that's ever existed in the history of music.
Right.
And I can't recommend it enough. You should go watch it. Get back.
Hell yeah, noted.
All right.
Briefly, I want to change my worst thing. It's Malignant. It's not whatever I said. It's Malignant. No words. I'm not gonna give an explanation. Malignant was a dog shit movie. Go watch it because you're a sack of shit and you deserve pain.
You deserve to feel this.
So go watch this movie.
Hope you suffer, you fuck.